Just when you think you're out, they pull you back in. So you guys know the deal. Radical persuasion, discovering the psychology and copywriting secrets behind great offers. And today I had to go over Hyros. I was doing a little quick series on SaaS businesses, and then I realized that pretty much everyone I was going over were really low stakes, free trial type offers. So the persuasion and the amount of energy that it takes to get somebody to take action is just at a little bit more of a lower threshold with something that's free to start off with, right? Because the stakes are really low. Worst case scenario, someone has to put their email in to get started. So today I'm going to go over Hyros, which is the company of the most woke billionaire, empty house, trillionaire, family friendly with a great bod, Alex Becker. Which, if you watch some of his videos, you'll get that inside joke. But he has got Hyros, which is basically a company that it's kind of a niche issue for businesses online that are doing a lot of traffic. And the problem is they have so much content. They have so many ads on different platforms, whether it's Google, YouTube, Facebook. And they have so much organic content as well. So things that are not ads, they just post. And when somebody becomes a customer of theirs or a client, it's really hard to tell where the person first came across them from the point where they first heard about their company to the point where they bought. It's hard to track that. So that's what this company, what Hyros attempts to do. So I'm going to dive in. Quick about me. I'm a direct response copywriter and growth strategist. I help entrepreneurial businesses in info, health, tech, and finance markets convert more sales using especially emails, landing pages, and sales letters or VSLs. So if you want to learn about working with me or getting access to a free copywriting video training, just visit my website right here, michaeljmcgovern.com, and we will hook you up. All right. So Hyros. All right, right off the bat, it's everything is dark, and the calls to action are light to get attention to them. And was most interesting to me right away, obviously, is this gigantic robot raven or robot crow, whatever it is. And before I filmed this, I looked up crows and ravens and tried to figure out like what the significance might be. And I didn't learn much besides that ravens are actually very smart. There's one online article, which if you read any online article, you can believe it immediately, no matter what it says, because it's online. That they're up there with dolphins and other really smart animals. But it's just kind of it's not normal to see something like this. I can't really think of anything else other than that is just cool and memorable. So interesting decision there. So know exactly what ad your customers come from. Hyros tracking makes it easy for info businesses to spot and grow the source of their sales. Cool. So before I keep going, like I said, this is a niche problem, and they are a very high ticket offer. I think I heard in one of his videos, he said it's somewhere around 24,000 a year, which I mean, I mean, it's all relative. Is that a lot or not? I don't know, but it's really helpful for some of these bigger companies that are running a lot of traffic and they have a lot of different sources. And the key problem that they're going to be trying to solve with this page is where do we focus our efforts and invest more to grow the company? Because if you have all this stuff going for you, you're making YouTube videos, you're making Facebook videos, you're posting on different, blogs and a guest on different, podcasts and all this stuff. It's really hard to know what is giving you the best ROI. Where should you focus your more attention? So if you're $1 million company, you want to go to be 10 million. Getting there is going to take, some optimization of where you should spend more time, what ads are performing the best. And, it's almost a very small percentage of people, when they come across you the very first time, buy. And sometimes they just need more time to get to know you, especially now. There's a lot of content that people make over time. Get to know the person a little more, get to know the business a little more, and then you end up buying. But what the challenge is figuring out where they started. So, yeah, makes it easy for info businesses to spot and grow the source of their sales. So the other thing that caught my eye here is the fact that they've decided to niche down. And let me just do this, Hyros. Whoops. In their offering. So they're saying that their SaaS, their software, they're focusing on education businesses. So that caught my eye because choosing a specific market is also a good way to call the attention of some people. Now with Hyros, I'm guessing a lot of this is word of mouth and not too specific to like someone who's in the know and knows about like this need. They might not they probably heard about Hyros through a friend, and they're probably in the education business, but maybe they're deciding to niche down for now and they're going to expand in the future, just to call out the attention of somebody online. Maybe they just really prefer working with education businesses. Maybe the software is really optimized to help education businesses. Either way, that's something that's a good way to call out the type of person you want to work with. And then the call to action, apply. So this is really good. I pulled out this book from my bookcase. Oh, it's backwards, and it's probably backwards, but it's Winning Through Intimidation by Robert Ringer. Yeah, it's backwards, and it's going to be backwards in this recording probably, but yeah, Winning Through Intimidation. It's a book from like the 70s or 80s, and Dan Kennedy, one of the best direct response marketers, copywriters ever, quoted this book as being one of the most influential books on him in his career. And part of the book is about this concept of intimidation. And if you see, it says apply, right? So it's a little bit of a push-pull action. And universities in the United States have been doing this for decades, and they've been able to crank up, for many other reasons, tuition, to the ceiling and beyond because of some of these psychological tactics they use. Like, okay, well, you can apply, and we'll see if you have the privilege of giving us $160,000 over the course of the next 4 years, or $100,000, whatever it might be. So part of this is going to be, apply, and let's talk about see if you're the right fit for us, because then it kind of puts it's like, we're not selling to you. You're going to have to sell yourself to us as a client. So it's a cool persuasion tactic that it's not necessarily sneaky. Like, they really may not want to work with somebody if their business is the wrong fit, or they're just they get bad vibes on the sales call or whatever it might be. So cool there. All right, Hyros is hyper accurate tracking for info businesses. So kind of restating what they do. See your customer's journey. Every click and purchase your customer makes is tracked and easy to view. So Hyros is, and then a little testimonial here. Hyros is absolutely essential to our sales funnel tracking ROI. Dean Graziosi at teammastermind.com. So something you'll notice as we scroll through this, which I really like, is that a lot of times on a landing page, you'll see different sections, each that have a different role to play. With SaaS, you want somebody to know exactly what you do right off the bat and click apply right away before scrolling down. But a lot of people, they do want to know more. And usually as a way to give credibility and build trust and make someone feel like they're making a good decision is going to be a testimonial section. And in this case, a lot of times those testimonials are all bunched up together. I showed that that's the way it was done on a few ones I just did, like Basecamp. You'll see that in that video. But what I really like about this is he kind of peppers these. You'll see right here, Tom Bilyeu. He peppers these testimonials from credible, highly visible clients that are going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for Hyros. So, and he peppers them throughout so that you kind of get these little social proof credibility pings on you as you're going. So you're like, oh wow, this person uses it. Dean Graziosi, very famous, does Mastermind with Tony Robbins. Tom Bilyeu also got a great brand where he has a cool podcast called Impact Theory. So if you're in the know and you are an info business, and it's very, very, very likely you'll know who Dean Graziosi is. So that's really powerful. And instead of just pushing them all to the bottom and hoping someone sees the testimonial, they peppered throughout. Now this is so strong, and Tom's is so strong that I would even consider peppering them somewhere above the fold. I mean, you see how the headline is got 2 inches here of nothing. You could even drag this up and then even fit those little testimonials in right there. Maybe the testimonial is longer than what they're showing here, and they have more to say. So that's something I might consider doing. But very cool. And then they've got visualizing, showing the customer journey. This one in particular, I didn't really quite understand, but maybe someone that's really in this and spending a lot of money on paid traffic, they get it. Okay, your full customer, what, when, and where mapped onto one profile. So Hyros tracks your customer by 10 data points and combines them together for laser accurate tracking. So a lot of people, when they see those ads, popping up after they visited a website 2 weeks ago, and they've got things following them around on the internet. That's a lot of what these pieces of tracking code are. And Hyros is trying to solve the problem of, okay, yeah, you can track somebody and what they do. Let's say, because if you go from Facebook to, let's say you go from Facebook to an e-commerce website, like let's say it's a shopping website for clothing, and on that website, that company has placed one of Facebook's trackers on their website so that they know once you leave Facebook, come to them, and then go back to Facebook, they'll be able to know who you are. Maybe not by name, but they'll be able to advertise to you. So, but it gets really messy for a lot of these big teams when there's multiple different platforms and organic content, ads, and everything. So they need to be able to consolidate to know where to continue investing to grow. So yeah, that's cool. See the entire breakdown of all your traffic and how profitable it really is. Hyros takes this data to generate reports that show you exactly what ad sources are generating true ROI. Again, talking about the same problem. Many of these guys, it sounds like they've got all these things spread out all over different platforms, different types of content. One info business might teach both finance and personal development, and they want to know which customer responds to which type of content and things like that. So again, yeah, and Dan Henry, another big name in info marketing. And then something cool about these, let's see, exactly info, yeah. What does Dean say? Essentially, yeah. Okay, so these are great, but what makes Dan's stand out a little more is that it's results based. So it's a testimonial, but it's also talks about what the actual return was. So we're already 300% more profitable 72 hours after using the software. So what that's saying is gives us a big return quickly. And a guy I learned from, Kyle Milligan, he talks about things being easy, safe, big, and new. And people like when things are big 300% returns, and they're fast, 72 hours, boom. And it's all folded within a testimonial. So from a very credible source and somebody who's killing it online. So this is doing a lot of the heavy work for Hyros here, and getting people to buy in. Set up in two easy clicks. Hyros integrates will your systems and is easier to install than a Facebook pixel. Okay, that looks like a typo, but So let's see, what are hundreds of more integrations inside? Yeah, so this is another problem that this person would have. And what's interesting is maybe you'll notice as I'm going through this, I'm having to explain what the problem is. And so that it might not be a big deal for them, because someone who knows exactly what they're talking about, they're likely managing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in advertising spend. And so they know exactly like their specific really niche problem. So maybe this is the pain point doesn't need to be called out as much, and because of this specific scenario, maybe it is a little more word of mouth, and the selling doesn't have to be as hard. But what's interesting is like I'm catching myself explaining what the pain point is and what the problems are. So one thing I might consider adding at some point in this page is hitting on the pain points a little more. So it says, know exactly what ad your customers come from. Hyros makes it easy for info businesses to spot and grow the source of their sales. So almost none of this, like the pain is inferred or implied. Like it's not stated so obviously. Like, they could add one more sentence here, or even two more sentences that say, how many times has someone bought from you and you have no idea how they even heard about your company in the first place? How many times did someone buy from you, in January, and then almost a year later they buy again, and you're not sure like what happened from that very first click to the next click? Hyros solves that, So something I noticed on this whole page is that the pain points aren't very, they don't say them out loud, or they don't touch on them early on, at least. We'll keep scrolling, and maybe I'm gonna see more and remember more. But yeah, confusing data converted into an easy profit marketing road. So then they're trying to say, yeah, so here's all your traffic sources. They all get consolidated into Hyros, and then matches sales to their true source. So I think it's just trying to show how like everything comes through our product, makes everything more simple, and then simple to track, and then back out so that where they first came from, where the sales came from. So yeah, they're trying to, with the word confusing, they're trying to touch on that pain point, but again, talking about how easy it is, and it's a roadmap. You can just follow this. It's gonna be easy. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Getting into the pain a little more. Stop traffic source confusion and missed sales. Hyros plugs your entire business and is able to see things Google, Facebook, and tracking will miss. Our customers consistently are able to attribute 30 to 40% more sales to their ads. So, yep. And then, yeah, it's just showing like through all these different things, sometimes you lose the person, you lose the sale, you're not able to figure out where they are and reach them. And then see your customer true LTV, which is lifetime value of a customer. So, somebody might run an advertisement, and to acquire one customer, it costs them $20. So they run an ad to get one new customer, it's going to cost $20. If that new customer buys a product that is also $20, that means they're breaking even. But that might be okay, because after they buy that first $20 product, later they can potentially pitch them more offers at that point, and it could be worth it to them to break even on the first tier, and then make their money on bigger courses, more high ticket stuff. So yeah, Hyros tracks your customers from every move, from the first ad click to forever. This lets you see the long-term ROI on your ads weeks, months, and even years after the first ad click. Your entire customer's journey across all traffic source. Hyros connects your traffic sources into one hub, allows you to see your customers interact with your entire online presence. You'll never have to guess about what your customers are doing again. So this is really great. It's trying to make things, it's trying to consolidate the chaos and say Hyros is your solution to be able to figure out what people are doing. And this kind of touches back on, from the first ad click to forever. It's just showing like, hey, we're going to give you the ability to see, your customers when they first come in contact with you to what they do after that. You'll be able to kind of track that and be able to reach them, and you'll know where to continue investing. Customizable attribution models. Yeah, so now this is like getting very nerdy. This is for like the media buyers, the people who are in charge of running the ads and spending the money and keeping track of the analytics. This is like, okay, where the first person last clicked before they bought, where do they first click before they bought? And then I do not know enough about media buying to know what these four are, but I'm like, to the right person, this probably makes a lot of sense. So offers you countless ways. Countless ways is saying this is like, this is so robust, our product is so robust. Go by last click, first click. You can split up the click value. You can even set time limits to attribution sources. So yeah, just listing out more benefits, saying your life is going to get easier with Hyros. Check this out. Here are all the things. It's listing out, it's building out the dream. And then this is interesting. So make your ad AI smarter. Google and Facebook use AIs to find your customer more effectively. However, their AI can only be as good as the data it's sent. Hyros uploads your tracking data, allowing ad platforms to learn faster and become significantly better at find your customers at a lower cost. Okay, that's like 1 and 2. That's the third typo I found. So maybe I'll shoot them an email after this. This is interesting because it's like this whole other benefit that we don't see until we scrolled almost 3/4 of the way down. So I wonder if, what they're saying is basically you can find your customers more effectively with Google and Facebook, but the data is incomplete. Hyros really sets that on fire. So it seems like a really big benefit because that's why Facebook and Google are very popular, because it does use big data AI to kind of put your ads in front of the people who are most likely to buy. And if Hyros can make that even better, it seems like something that's really beneficial. I don't know why it's not higher. Maybe it's only a feature of their product and the core is about attribution and tracking. Hard to tell, but I'm not sure why it wouldn't be introduced a little earlier in the conversation. And cool, yeah. Again, another social proof. So it's saying, and it's results based, 10x return. And then this guy a little bit less well known than the other testimonials. So they even boost a little more credibility in here. He's got 900,000 YouTube subscribers. So it's saying, these are credible people. The big swinging guys and gals use this. And then see how much a customer spends over their entire lifetime. Hyros is designed with long click to sales cycles in mind. Hyros specializes in tracking sales calls, long sales funnels, upsells, downsells, recurring sales, memberships from their very first click to their very last click over days, months, and years. Again, just and using cool visuals. Like the design is really slick. Maybe that's not something that's common in other industries. Like if you've got a health offer or even an info offer, like who Hyros is marketing to, which is info product guys. Sometimes those sales letters or those VSLs are just really bare bones. But with SaaS, I think maybe there's like an added element of like, cool design equaling cool technology. Maybe there's something there. But yeah, just again harping on implying some of the pain points, which is that you can't keep track of people over all these different things you're doing. So let Hyros do. Tracking for all parts of info marketing. Yeah. So again, same thing, different visual. Yeah. And these are all some of the different ways that people reach out online to get customers and trying to consolidate all those things. Yep. And then finally, talking about the sales call, how it even goes through and tracks phone conversions. So that's cool. So maybe you call through the platform and then it automatically notifies them if that was closed or not. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, and then the very last one, stop guessing and start knowing how to grow. And this is interesting. It's like semi confrontational with the visitor, which is stop guessing. Like we know you're guessing, you're guessing. Just check out Hyros, and you'll know how to grow. You'll know where to take the next step, and then again apply. So in white, because it wants to be highlighted. The same here as at the top. So let's click apply. And this is interesting. So going back to our boy, Robert Ringer, winning through intimidation. What universities have done forever. See what Hyros can do for you. In order to keep our customer, I don't love this headline, but okay. In order to keep our customer experience at the highest levels possible, Hyros is invite only. We only work with businesses of a certain size and in certain industries. If you need additional info, please book a demo and we will see if we are a good fit to work for your business. So this is great. It's coming off as the opposite of needy. It's saying like, we're very picky. You've got to be the right client. We're not sure if this is going to work for you. It's awesome, but maybe it's not the right fit, right? So yeah, again, puts Hyros and their sales reps in the driver's seat of being like, okay, tell me, playing more of a consultant role, which will really help in the sales process once they do get on the phone or get this live demo. Maybe they do like a Zoom call or something like that. And then again, they just remind of the social proof. And then this is cool too because, if you're setting up a website like this, some people search in Google, probably most of I'm guessing 99% of their traffic comes to the homepage. But maybe some people do find their way around and land on the pricing page. But even just clicking on apply and then moving to the next page, you always have to make sure that you're reminding people of like what the benefits are, what this can do potentially for you. So they include this here. They don't just assume that people are going to remember everything they just read on the other page. They don't assume that someone might not land here accidentally. So and not directly here and not through the homepage. So with Hyros, you'll be able to accurately attribute the true source of every sale in your business. Attribute as much as 70% more sales than the standard ad platform tracking. Clearly see which ad campaigns are actually delivering a profit. Cut out 10 to 15% of wasted ad spend instantly. Stop crisscrossing attribution across multiple traffic sources, and calculate your customer's true lifetime value over days, months, and years. Get laser accurate attribution guaranteed. And this is a nice guarantee. So Hyros provides accurate, long-term, lossless attribution for your online business in a simple, easy-to-read format. We are so confident in your results that every accepted account comes with a money-back result guarantee. So, and then this is touching on more about that trust factor and the risk-averse people that might be reading this. So like, okay, this sounds great. Something you'll notice that's completely missing from here. We clicked apply, which is secretly the pricing tab, as you'll notice. Something you'll notice that's missing is the price. So they might, even before get a demo where you just are able to schedule something, I'm going to bet, we can click through here and see, but that they want to pre-qualify you before they even get on the phone with you, because if your business does not fit them, they probably won't even take the call because they only help these bigger businesses. But this guarantee is nice. So someone's like, well, I don't know the price. At least there's a guarantee. And then the curiosity, like if they just slap their price on here, they don't give the chance for people to reach out, and because they're curious about what the price might be, they might be interested in this, but they're like, okay, well, tell me about the price. If they just put the price on here, then that would defeat the whole purpose. The person would think of 1,000 ways of why it's not worth the value, or maybe they just are curious to see the price and then they disappear forever. Me probably being on the Hyros website right now, they're tracking me like they're talking about. But yeah, let's see what it does when we do get a demo. I bet it's a questionnaire. On this quick call, we will provide an in-depth analysis. Boom, boom. Schedule your free tracking and revenue growth strategy. Okay. So let's see. Boom. All right, let's just say we were going to do 7. Okay, I don't want to confirm it. Interesting. They're not asking for a, they're not giving me a quiz, like pre-qualifying me, asking me how big my business is, and maybe if once I click past this, it does, but all right, I don't want to confirm. Anyways, all right, that was it. That was Hyros. Last thing, I looked up what Hyros is, and it looks like it's not a word. Looks like they made up the word. And what I'm guessing, then this is getting a little bit more away from just the copywriting and the persuasion side of things, but more of a strategy side of things. I'm guessing if it's not a real word, as soon as I typed in Hyros on Google and DuckDuckGo, it showed me that like everything that was Hyros was about Alex Becker and about this company. So maybe they just want to own a word, a made up word, so that, you know, like they don't want to choose, like if they called it Raven, you know, Raven software, right? If someone types in Raven to Google, they'll see a bunch of Ravens, or maybe they'll see the football team, the Ravens. So I think making up a word and owning the word might be a search engine optimization strategy that they're going for. One of the thoughts I had. So that's it. Hope that was helpful. If you have anything that you want to add or that I missed or that you're curious about, you can add in the comments below wherever you're watching this. And yeah, if you are interested in learning more about working with me, you can visit my website here, michaeljmontgomery.com, and we can connect. All right, see you next time.